Peace unto you, Israel. Peace. Peace unto you. New on deck. New on deck. You know what we do? We wait for a few minutes. It's not going to be a long, long video. A Negro bedtime story. It's fitting for right now. It's on the East Coast. Is what time? It's 10:58. I know a lot of you is going to be preparing to go to bed. A Negro bedtime true story. And who knows how many people are going to be in? It's pretty late. And if it's just me and you, a new high, it'll just be me and you. Like the title. A bedtime story. I don't know how your face is going to be while I'm reading you this story, but let me get prepared. Small remnant, yeah. Okay. Let me find my bedtime story for the Negro. All praise to the Most High Creator in Avatar in on deck. Yeah, this is a late one. That's why it's named a Negro bedtime story. Negro bedtime story. James Jackson on deck. Daughter, wife, mother on deck. You're gonna hear a Negro bedtime story from a New Yes from Israel. Yes. All right, we're only at 2 minutes 44 seconds. Let's just give a couple more minutes. See, we got a few other people in the room, in the house. I know this is late, and you know the title. A Negro bedtime story. I know a lot of you is probably getting ready to go to bed soon. Me, I stay up late all the time. I don't like it. But I'm going to try to get to bed not so late. But we greet each other. We're at 3 minutes, 15 seconds. Let's give them 6 minutes. And then 6 minutes. Adios. All right. Yes, I like the convocation. You know, I know people coming from work, I don't know, 5, 6, I don't know what time, but I know they want to eat, settle down, do whatever they got to do. So, I usually do the video like at 9:30, 10 o'clock, 10:30. But today was a little late because I wasn't going to do it. But something said, you know what? I'm going to get my bedtime for tonight. All right, we're at 4 minutes, 18 seconds. Okay. 4 minutes and 36 seconds. We're gonna give them 6 minutes. Anybody's not in the room time, they're gonna miss out on this bedtime story. Okay. All right, we're at 5 minutes. Oh, one more minute. Then we'll start. I was looking for Young King, but he probably went to bed early. Shark Tank. But I could have waited for tomorrow to do it and do it a little earlier, but I said, why procrastinate? I just do it now. Um, Tomorrow is Day of Atonement for people who keep lunar Sabbath. But remember, everybody, some people that do their calendars on the lunar cycle is still not, different. I follow my son's lunar calendar. Tomorrow is Day of Atonement. Thank you for sending me that photo. I'm talking to you live on YouTube. They can't see you, but I appreciate you helping me because I don't know. Every time I try to send myself a photo to upload it to YouTube, it never works. Sleep good. Te amo, te amo, te amo. I'm gonna take a photo, send it to you. You're on this YouTube. They can't see you or nothing. Okay, we went 7 minutes. Nobody else is in the room. Okay, let me get back to where I was at. Boom. Okay. Peace unto hope all my brothers and sisters. Yeah, listen, life is not perfect. Remember, we in Deuteronomy 30 it says, while you're in your captivity, and for you guys that don't think you're in captivity, when you're experiencing the blessings and curses. I get a lot of blessings, but I got some curses too. And probably you guys also, but we want to appreciate the Most High every day for all things. So anyway, listen, let me get right to the point so you guys can snuggle in your bed, take a shower or whatever. Uh, anyway, listen. My ex Moray, who was a Messianic Hebrew, that's when I was a Messianic Hebrew, Mary on deck. Mary's going to experience the Hebrew bedtime story. Glad you on deck. It's 8 minutes. And maybe we waited that long just for Mary to come into the room. So anyway, as I was saying, my ex Moray, when I was a Messianic Hebrew for many years, he lives in Israel with a whole bunch of Negro people, right? And he sent me this article, and this is going to be your bedtime story. I thought it fitted to be a bedtime story for you. Because in Deuteronomy 32, it says, remember the days of old, remember the years of many generations, and ask your fathers. That's in Deuteronomy 32. See, what our biblical enemy tries to do is make us forget or never tell us. Like, the history books all are lies. They're lies. A bunch of purposeful deletions of big blocks of our history and world history so you don't know who you are and what they did to you so that you can now walk around the streets of the world and go, hey, it ain't that bad. But this somebody said to me yesterday, I said, yo, I'm not down with these people. And he said, they ain't all bad. I tell you, that's what they say. It's a Negro guy saying it. He's a little awoke, but he's not there, but he knows things. He knows that we're the Indians, the Aboriginals, and this and that. He knows some stuff, but he's not a Torah Israelite. But when he was talking to me about stuff, he was telling me like, I said to him, I said, yo, I don't get down with these people. Yeah, I got one or two alliances here and there. I said, but as per their races, they are the devil that the Bible speaks of. It's not because I want them to be devil. Their actions just show it. You got to be like an ostrich with your head in the sand and not see none of it. And not just now in 2021. It's been year after year after year after year in the past. Come on, let's be for real. Then he agreed after I explained some of it to him. He's like, oh, okay, But anyway, this is a Negro bedtime story. Preface with Deuteronomy 32. Remember the many generations and ask your fathers, and they will tell you. Well, I'm older than a lot of you in this room, probably. Not a lot, but a few probably. I'm like a father figure. I'm a Koheleth, the teacher, preacher of the Tanakh. So he says, remember the days of many generations and ask your fathers. I'm paraphrasing. That's in Deuteronomy 32. It's telling you don't forget. So that's why it was fitting for me. I said, you know what? I'm going to give the Israelites a bedtime story. Let's begin. This says Ferris State University, Jim Crow Museum of Racist Memorabilia, Black Picnics and Lynchings. And they wrote about it in January 2004. I'm going to show it to you on my phone. You can research it yourself, Google it, and read it for yourself. But I'm going to read it to you because it's my bedtime story to you. So in Deuteronomy 32, it says, remember the years of many generations and ask your fathers. Because here at Hebron Island 2, I don't want you to forget this. I don't want you to forget that there's a confederation of races that are outside of Israel. It's real simple. There's Israel and then there's everybody else. A lot of you Negroes like to forget this. That's why I'm making a Negro bedtime story. Because you Negroes like to forget. This is what it looks like. You see, Ferris State University wrote this article in reference to Jim Crow Museum and the racist memorabilia. Now you see that photo. See that photo? You see the group there and what they doing. They're barbecuing one of our people. You guys like to forget that. But here at Hebron Island 2, I'm not going to let you forget it. And it was a very interesting article. That's what made me want to read you a bedtime story. Preface with Deuteronomy 32. Remember the days of old. Remember the years of many generations and ask your fathers what these number 6 demon leprous dudes did. A lot of us want to forget this. We ain't going to forget this. Ferris State University, Jim Crow Museum, racist memorabilia, blacks, picnic, and lynchings. Hopefully you're going to act star in the house on deck. Hopefully you're going to like this bedtime story, act star. Deuteronomy 32, remember the days of many generations and ask your father. Well, I'm going to remind you, because you guys like to forget, you like to rub elbows with the confederation of people that hate you. I'm going to read it. You saw it. And then if you want to read it again as another bedtime story to somebody else, go right ahead. King David, sure right, want to forget that, but want to war with each. Oh, yep. Step on another Negro shoe, he want to kill you. Look at somebody's girl or wife, not just by you just looking at it, you're just looking around. Hey, you looked at my girl. Let's get it. I'm gonna give you the work. Won't you give these people that were doing that barbecue, their ancestors, their lineage, won't you give them the work? Won't you give them the work? Won't you give them a barbecue? You want to give your own people the barbecue. That's one of the curses of the evil eye for your brothers. Let me read you this bedtime story. Blacks, picnic, and lynching. It is true that the word picnic originally came from the word pick a nigger or pick a nigger. No, it's pick a nig or pick a nigger. Apparently, a black person was randomly picked and hanged for entertainment of number sixes. You know, the pale guys. It's called leprosy. It's bleach. Apparently, a black person was randomly picked and hanged for the entertainment of leprous number six or demon number six people. The demon number six people, the leprous six, including families, ate from boxed lunches while enjoying the barbaric act. If this is true, we should stop using the word picnic, replacing it with outing or gathering. Okay, let me continue. This is your bedtime story. I'm going to tuck you in. Get ready to tuck you in. All right? The answer. Now, this college, Ferris State University, picked this topic and they wanted to see if this is real, for real, or it's just something that people just connected onto it. So let's see. The question, remember I read you the question, is it true? Is it true the word picnic originally came from the word pick a nig or pick a nigger? Apparently, a black person was randomly picked and hanged for the entertainment of the leprous number six DNA strand people. The Demon Six people included families ate from boxed lunches while enjoying the barbaric act. If this is true, we should stop using the word picnic, replacing it with outing or gathering. Now, they asked the question at this college, does this picnic really is associated with hanging and barbecuing alive a Negro person, castrating them, cutting them in pieces and stuff? So they asked that question. Now, I'm at the part where it says answer. Now, I'm going to continue with your bedtime story. Hebrews, Israelites. Your question has several components. We will address each component. The etymology of the word picnic does not suggest racist or racial overtones. Picnic was originally a 17th century French word, whatever. Its meaning was similar to today's meaning, a social gathering which each attendee brings a share of the food. The French may have referred to a leisurely style of eating, pick at your food, or it may simply have meant pick or PICK, pick or PIC. It was probably a silly rhyming compound, as in English words like hotty toddy, something like that, but may have referred to an obsolete word meaning trifle. The literal meaning of piquet, which became our picnic, is each pick a bit. A 1692 edition of some other French word, I don't want to butcher it, meant that. This suggests that the word had been used for some time in France. The term picnic does not appear in the English language until the 1800s. It is clear that picnic was derived from pick a nigger, picnic. So it is clear that picnic was not derived from pick a nigger or picnic or similar racist phrases. However, are you enjoying your bedtime story, Israelite? However, some of the almost 4,000 blacks who were lynched between 1882 and 1962 were lynched in settings that are appropriately described as picnic-like. Philip Dray, historian, stated, lynching was an undeniable part of daily life as distinctly American as baseball games and church suppers. Men brought their wives and children to the event, posed for commemorative photos, and purchased souvenirs of the occasion as if they had been at a company picnic. Brer did not exaggerate. At the end of the 19th century, Henry Smith, a mentally challenged 17-year-old black male, was accused of killing a leprous demon-6 girl. Before a cheering crowd of hundreds, Smith was made to sit on a parade float, drawn by 4 white horses. The float circled numerous times before the excited crowd tortured, then burnt Smith alive. After the lynching, the crowd celebrated and collected body parts as souvenirs. Are you enjoying your late night bedtime story, Israelite? Remember Deuteronomy 32. Remember the days of old. Remember the many generations and years, and ask your father here at Hebrew on the Island too. I don't want you to forget. Stop saying, oh, it was just slavery. They did a little cup. No, they did not. Let's continue with this bedtime story. Often the lynch mob acted with haste, but on other occasions, the lynching was a long, drawn-out affair with speeches, food eating, and unfortunately, ritualistic and sadistic torture. Victims were dragged behind cars, pierced with knives, burnt with hot irons, or blow torches, had their fingers and toes cut off, had their eyes cut out, and were castrated, all before being hanged or burnt to death. One Mississippi newspaper referred to these gruesome acts as Negro barbecues. Israelite, are you enjoying your bedtime story? Let me continue. In many cases, we often think of a mob as an insane, bloodthirsty collection of adult males, ruffians. However, respectably, community leaders, including police, often lynched blacks. Although women and children were not typically the active aggressors, they were often, that means the Karens, number 6, leprous number 6. Often lynching blacks, although women and children were not typically active aggressors, they were often in the audience and they too celebrated. There were secret lynchings, but they were many done publicly and planned. Of course, news of an impending lynching traveled fast. Lynching was a brutal attempt to reinforce leprous demon 6 supremacy, but it was also entertainment, and food was present according to that day. How do you like your bedtime story, Israelite? Let me continue. While attendees at lynchings did not take away a plate of food, the experience of having witnessed the event was thought incomplete if one did not go home with some piece of cooked human being. Let me read this part of your bedtime story. A new Yeshurun Israel is reading to you right now, Israelite. While attendees at lynchings did not take away a plate of food, the experience of having witnessed the event was thought incomplete if one did not go home with some piece of cooked human being, and there is much anecdotal evidence of lynch crowds either consuming food and drink while taking part in execution or retiring in masses immediately after for a meal, or in the case of a notorious immolation in Pennsylvania in 1911, ice cream sundaes. Ice cream sundaes. Wow. Wow. Let's continue this nice bedtime story, Israelite. In 1903, a black man was lynched in Greensville, Mississippi. A white writer said everything was very orderly at this picnic. There was not a shot, but much laughing and hilarious excitement. It was quite a gala occasion. And as soon as the corpse was cut down, all the crowd betook themselves to the park to see a game of baseball. Wow. This is an exciting bedtime story, Israelites. Did you like it? It's finished. Now let me tuck you in bed. Tuck you in bed. Here's your pillow. Do you want some warm milk? Do you want a little cookie before you go to bed? That should rest in your mind and make you fall asleep. Very easy. But I don't think so. I read you that bedtime story in reference to Deuteronomy 32. Ask your, remember the years of many generations, and ask your fathers in summary so you don't forget. Hopefully you like this bedtime story. Let me go through the comments and we'll call it a quits and you actually can get to bed. Remember Deuteronomy 32, don't forget. And I'm going to go through this live chat because everything that you guys write is important to me. Got a bump on my head. I ran into a glass door when I went to the office. It was so funny. I'm going to make you laugh. They cleaned the glass. You ever see a cartoon commercial? They cleaned the sliding glass. These are doors. And, you know, there's a lot of trees, and it was so clear. And I had to go to the office and complain because the apartment upstairs, you know, they have a bathroom problem and water leaks into my cabinet, my closet sometimes. So I had to go there. I was mad with these number 6s. And I came down. I went to the glass doors. I came through the glass doors to go up to the office. And I had to open it, but sometimes they leave the doors open, and it was so clean. It looked like the door wasn't closed, and I was upset too. And I'm like, boom, when I hit my head. So, but I don't want you to forget your bedtime story. Now let me read. Daughter, wife, and mother, glad you enjoyed your bedtime story. Don't forget. Life in the room. Hope all is well. Peace. What's good, my people? 336. Arrow star. Demons. Yeah, demons 6. Good night. Blessing to everyone. All praise to the Most High Torah. Arrow star. Peace and lesson. Knowledge is power, and we must face it. No, this is a nightmare. And a college researched and asked that question and researched it. You heard it here. TVET in the house. I don't know when you came in. Watch the video from the beginning. If you missed your bedtime story from a new Yes from Israel. All truth must be revealed. Shalom. Annihilation will be severe. Thanks. Nasty, disgusting. Give me more of reason not to feel bad when they go into captivity. But she alone would get the loudest laugh. Pity correction. Oops, silly me. Yeah. Kara C. I don't know if you just came in the room. I'm gonna upload it. Watch it when I upload it. This is a bedtime story for the Israelites. All right, here. Let me write my email in here before I close this out. Daughter, wife, mother. How was that? How was your bedtime story? Was it interesting? And listen, here's my email. Here's my email. Anybody wants to email me on the side to chat to cut it up. I say it. Chop it up. Okay, chop it up. Or if you want to get me on WhatsApp on the phone, send me things, ask any questions, or tell me something you found out and you want me to share or maybe make a video. I can't make a video about everything. The video has to come to me like this bedtime story. We can do that. You got my email. Okay. It's something to rest with. I wrote your email, brother. Okay. Thank you. Manu, enjoy the bedtime story. Till next time, Israelite. And Karen, yeah, watch the video